New syllabus Mathematics 7th edition, Book 2, Exercise 1A, question number 9. For each of the following, y is directly proportional to x. Copy and complete the table. Okay, to find the values of y and x for this table, we have given in the statement of the question that y is directly proportional to x. So this statement can be written as y is proportional to x. And when we remove the sign of proportionality, we will place constant k. Then this equation becomes y equals constant k x. Okay, look at this fourth column of the table where we have given the value of 24 and the value of y, which is 6, the value of x 24 and the value of y 6. So using these two values in this equation, y equals kx, we can find the value of constant k. So when x equals 24 from this table and y equals 6, by putting these two values in this equation, y equals kx, this equation becomes 6 equals k into 24. Since we are finding the value of constant k, so let's take this 24 to the left side of this equation, then the fraction becomes 6 upon 24. By dividing numerator and denominator by 6, because 6 is the common factor between these two numbers, so we get 6 times 1 6 and 6 times 4 24. So the value of k is 1 upon 4. Now with the help of this value of k, let's complete the table. When x is equal to 4 and k equals to 1 upon 4, by putting these two values in this equation, y equals kx. So y equals k, what is k? 1 upon 4, and x, we have the value of x4. By putting these two values in this equation, we get y equals 1, because here 4 cancels out 4. So simply we have y equals 1, which is the value of y when x is equal to 4. Okay, now second column from this table, when x is equal to 20, we have calculated the value of k, which is 1 upon 4. By putting these two values in this equation, y equals kx, because y is directly proportional to x. So y equals k, which is 1 upon 4 multiplied by x, is 20. Since 20 is the multiple of 4, so we know that 4 times 5 equals 20. And then 5 ones are 5, so y equals 5. So when x equals 20, we get y equals 5. And then for the next value, here we have given the value of y, which is 9, so we'll be finding the value of x. So when x equals 9, and we also know that we have calculated the value of k, which is 1 upon 4. So here is the equation y equals kx. By putting these two values of y and k, 9 equals 1 upon 4 multiplied by x. To find x, let's shift this 1 upon 4 to the left side of the equation. Then this equation becomes 9 multiplied by 4 equals x. And by taking the product of 9 and 4, 9 times 4, 36, which is the value of x when y equals 9. And now last column from this table is y equals 11, and we will be finding the value of x. So when y equals 11, and we know that k is 1 upon 4, so this equation becomes 11 equals 1 upon 4 times x. Again, we are finding the value of x, so I'll take this 1 upon 4 to the left side, which becomes 4 upon 1, or simply 4. And then on the left side, let's take the product of 11 and 4. Their product is 44, which is the value of x when y equals 11. And that's it we have done for with the first part. Now second part from this question, another table with two rows, x2, x3, x 5.5, and here in these two columns we will be finding the value of x, same as we have given the first value of y, which is 3.6, and then we will be finding the value for this fourth column And then in the fifth column we have the value of y 9.6 and 11.4 in the last column. So once again we know that y is directly proportional to x, so this statement can be written as y is directly proportional to x. And when we remove this proportionality sign, we are going to place constant k, so this equation becomes y equals kx. Now keep in mind here k is the constant of proportionality, so let's take these two values of x and y. So when x equals 3 and y equals 3.6, with the help of these two values we can find the constant k. So by putting these two values in this equation, y equals kx becomes 3.6 equals k multiplied by 3. Again we are finding constant k, so let's take this 3 from right to the left side. Then the fraction becomes 3.6 upon 3. Okay, 3.6 is divisible by 3, so we get 1.2, which is the value of k. And now first column from this table, we have given the value of x, which is 2. So x equals 2, and we have calculated the value of k, which is 1.2. So this equation y equals k, by putting these two values in this equation, the equation becomes y equals k 1.2 and x is 2. By taking the product of 1.2 and 2, their product is 2.4, which is the value of y. Okay, the next fourth column, first, second, third and fourth column, we have x 5.5 and we will be finding the value of y. So we have the relation y equals kx, where x is 5.5 and k is 1.2, which we have calculated. Simply by taking their product, we get y equals 6.6, which is the value of y when x equals 5.5. Next column we have 9.6 for y, and let's find the value of x. So again, when x equals 9.6, we are finding, no, I think it's y, yes. Let me correct it. Y equals 9.6, right? So we are finding the value of x. So when y equals 9.6, then we have the same relation, y is equal to kx, because y is directly proportional to x. So y is 9.6 equals k, which is 1.2 times x. To find x, let's take this 1.2 to the left side, then the fraction is 9.6 upon 1.2. So this fraction can be written as 96 upon 12 because we have same number of digits in the numerator and denominator. So 9.6 upon 1.2 can be written as 96 upon 12. Okay, 96 is the multiple of 12 because 12 ones are 12 and 12 times 8, 96. So x is equal to 8 when y equals 9.6. Now last column from this table where y is 11.4. So when y equals 11.4, we are going to find the value of x. Here we have y as 11.4 and k we have calculated, which is 1.2 multiplied by x as it is. Let's take 1.2 to the left side, then the fraction is 11.4 divided over 1.2 equals x. Again we have same number of digits in the numerator and denominator. In the decimal place of this 11.4 and 1.2, we have same number of digits, only one digits in the numerator and in the denominator of these two decimal numbers. So this fraction can be written as 114 upon 12. So now let's divide them by 2, like 2 times 6, 12, 2 times 57 equals 114. Further, if we divide 56 by 7, we get 9.5, which is the value of x when y equals 11.4.